Now, going over to the political part podcast, you have Canadian's dictator, Prime Minister Julio, Mr. Castro, Mr. Trudeau, saying that he, quote, unquote, fully supports Ukraine using long range missiles to attack Russia, with World War III right around the corner. Again, this is a few months after you had NATO powers in Ukraine using depleted uranium rounds against Russia, which Russia claimed was an act of nuclear war. Because then, depleted uranium, well, not just radioactive, but some of the most dense materials on planets, which is why they're used for tank busters or armor piercing rounds for tanks. And yeah, all around, they're not very good, and most countries don't appreciate those being shot at them. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Disclosed TV, and they say, quote, now Canadians Trudeau fully supports Ukraine using long-range weapons against Russia. It's only been a little under 2 minutes long. The only good thing about Trudeau is, well, at least he did suit up. He's done one good thing in his life. Granted, he's also morally, mentally vacuous, forcing everyone in his country to get a controversial thing put into their bodies that if you say you'll get a video completely removed from YouTube, so definitely won't say it, of course. But he also disarmed many of the civilians, forcing them to be victims because they cannot defend themselves properly. They also fine you and imprison you if you dare actually make fun of anyone on social media in terms of political figures. And they also take away your kid if you refuse to transition them. Yeah, they act all nice, but they're totalitarian, evil people up there. And I feel bad for the civilians and the citizens there because again, not all of them want that. A lot of them wish they could defend their family with their proper God-given rights. A lot of them really don't like being taxed into oblivion and getting basically nothing in return, having more and more of their products jacked up in prices because of the unnecessary taxes. But let's hear what the moose has to say, or beaver.
Putin says Russia will be at war with NATO if Ukraine uses long-range missiles deep into Russia. How far into Russia do you think Ukraine should be able to strike?
Vladimir Putin is striking regularly in the heart of Ukraine. He's sending missiles and bombs at hospitals, at daycare centers, at families and communities across Ukraine. And it was his choice to invade a neighboring sovereign nation. His choice to start this conflict, and it could be his choice to end it tomorrow. All he has to do.
Remember when the U.S. told the British Prime Minister when they were negotiating to not accept anything from Russia? Oh yeah, about that. Remember, $200 billion about the U.S. has given Ukraine past couple years? In terms of investment, that's a great investment by Ukraine to pay Hunter Biden $75,000 per year to be on the board of Burisma. Imagine, giving someone $75,000 per year, and all of a sudden you get $200 billion back. In Ukraine's defense, that is a phenomenal ROI, and that's just the United States. They got even more from other countries, or not? No, we're the biggest single largest contributor for reasons, but they got lots of money from other countries as well.
Is pull back his troops into Russian territory, but he won't do that. He is not just trying to remove any choice that Ukrainians have around where they want their future to go, remove their independence, remove their sovereignty. He's trying to deeply destabilize the international rules-based order that protects us all, not just in every democracy around the world, but in all countries around the world. Any country with a neighbor with a slightly larger army should be worried if it suddenly becomes allowed to invade and redraw lines on the map. And that's why Canada and others are unequivocal that Ukraine must win this war against Russia. And we will continue to be there to support Ukraine. And yes, Canada fully supports Ukraine using long-range weaponry to prevent and interdict Russia's continued ability to degrade Ukrainian civilian infrastructure and mostly to kill innocent civilians in their unjust war.
I guess that was great to Rebel News over in Canada, especially Efrain Flores Monsanto, or Monta, oh, looks like Monta, who's a director of production and member of the board of Rebel News 1, Independent Press Gallery of Canada. Looks like you can also reach out to him at the EFRON at rebelnews.com. That went pretty well. Got 1.3 million views as well as 3.6 thousand likes. One of the first comments coming from Valentina Gomez says World War III might happen, so they have to avoid the election. Buy guns, getting 748 likes. Well, Zelensky did say unless the U.S. funded it, he canceled their elections. Also banned a lot of the other religions and political parties. But he's the right guy, or on the right side, we're told. I said Planet of Memes says, oh, Planet of Memes, but they did not respond in meme form. A little disappointed there. Say this alleged Planet of Memes, who says, quote, people like Trudeau are literally asking for World War III, getting 531 likes, which also, what the hell is, why did the land of gun grabbers and forced injections and tyranny, why do those mooses care what's happening in Europe way the hell over there? Actually, for the fact of the matter, why does Canada even matter? I still think we should definitely liberate the people of Canada who are seriously suffering under the government and maybe make them the 51st state, perhaps. Well, they have some natural resources and they have some good freedom-loving individuals over there. They're just being completely oppressed at the moment. Unfortunately, help to think, those lumberjacks would join us in the fight for freedom if they were given the opportunity. I think they would. Maybe I'm just a little patriotically optimistic at the moment. I don't know. Do you think the average Canadian would join forces and liberate them from the government? Obviously, this is on social media, so I have to clarify. This is all hypothetical. I do not advocate anything in terms of violence. If anything, I advocate for the usage of great things like Hobby Lobby using their poster board to make peaceful protest signs. Not a shareholder, not an owner. Oh, it's all family-owned Walmart. No, not Walmart. I mean Hobby Lobby. Just a fan. Now, other comments coming from Alberta Leonidas saying, what long-range missiles does Canada possess? Which I responded saying, moose-guided maple syrup cluster waffles. Not the best comment, but did get a like. Going down, we got Burt Macklin saying Canada isn't even a real country. They don't have any say in what goes on in the world. And 223 likes. In Canada's defense, they don't deserve much, but they do have okay exports. They had, what was it? Ryan Reynolds and... Canada's exports. What do they export? Russian? Oh, not just that. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Okay, there's no export of Canada. Hockey? Maple syrup? I'm done. Actually, I'll lean into the ADHD today. Let me know in the comments if you appreciate those types of things or not. What are Canada's top exports? Or Canada's top exports in 2023? Let's see if they have early data for 2024, actually. What's Canada known for? Crude petroleum? Vehicles. All right. Gold. Petroleum again. Planes. Really? Canola. Natural gas. Wood. Okay. The top export for Canada is machinery and nuclear reactors. Yeah, I definitely will lost that bet. I would have never guessed they'd have nuclear reactors over there. Then they also have agricultural products. So, mostly raw materials, many of which we can use. I'm a little disappointed in my Honda Civic Si with the stick shift. The green one is actually made in the People's Republic of Canada. Unfortunately, I'm a little ashamed. I think the Type R Civic is made in the great country of Japan, but yeah, looks like the Civic Si was made in Canada. I didn't mean for this to come out like this. I'm very ashamed. I love that Honda. It's a very conflict I think about pretty much every other day. I'm only partially kidding. But yeah, Canada has a couple of natural resources. So going back to the main comments, you have Cool Christian Engineer saying, Trudeau can just step down now along with Zelensky, these leaders who are only thinking about wars instead of focusing on how to make peace and fix their countries. Getting 343 likes. Yeah, interesting enough, they seem to focus on improving and securing every country but their own. Goes for most U.S. politicians as well. Pup Economics says we need a change as Trump, Biden, and RFK Jr. all holding hands, getting 209 likes. You have a Canadian flag person named Ryan Grinsky. And he says, quote, if World War III starts, they'll claim he tested positive for COVID and need to go into hiding, getting 502 likes. There's a totalitarian, mentally and morally vacuous. Remember, during the pandemic, Trudeau, they asked him, what leader do you admire the most? He said Xi Jinping and China, because how swiftly they can respond to the pandemic. Also notice how tyrannical they could be in stripping individuals of their human and individual rights. Truth Seeker 1011 says, quote, so the liberals are going to go take us into World War III to avoid election? Holy shit, they really don't want Trump to win, do they? Yeah, okay, 970 likes. Well, they almost shot him too. But they did shoot him. They almost took his life. Unfortunately, they did not. Let's see here. Let's see. Any other... Not a lot of contrarian comments here. And knowing, no one's sticking up for Canada. A couple of people just saying F Canada. Which again, they got some good freedom-loving people over there. I appreciate the people who tune in from behind enemy lines over at Canada. Let me know, why do you still live there? And what would you give to come to the land of, well, it used to be the great land of the free. There's less freedoms. each passing day, unfortunately, in the United States. But let me know, do you think, I mean, will Canada do to continue to support Ukraine, and could they help, unfortunately, spark a World War III? Let me know in the comments, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.